Greetings, dear friends. Do you remember three virtues of a godly family? I hope. If not, don't worry, let me recap them for you. First day, we saw two of them, that is, unity, the oneness. God displayed perfect unity with Adam and Eve until they fall. God wants His children to be in one accord. His body is one with diversified parts, that is the church, and we are His church, the family of God. We saw that a godly family will forgive each other. This is the second virtue that we saw in day one. It doesn't matter how much hardships or hurts we face, we trample our ego within and we humble ourselves, eradicating the blame game, forgiving and accepting each other. Thirdly, a godly family supports and encourages each other, creating an environment to have an open discussion within, communicating with each other, expressing what each of us feel without judging. Today, we're going to see the fourth virtue of a godly family, which is identifying the good gifts in a family member. When Adam saw Eve the first time, he said, "Wow, is this bone of my bone? Is this from my own flesh? So beautiful." I'm just imagining that he would have explained this way. A man who had seen only trees, mountains, birds, seas, and animals, now, after he wakes up from his deep sleep and recovering from his surgery, forgets his pain and starts to enjoy the beauty of his own wife provided by God. Maybe he never thought that God can make such a beautiful woman from his own bone. Adam recognized the goodness and the beauty in a woman whom God has created and provided him. God has kept his nature of creativity, talents, abilities, gifts, goodness within each of us. The question is, am I opening my eyes towards what God has placed in another person when it comes to my own family? Each of us are unique and special and different from each other. God never duplicates, even if it is triplets or twins, yet God has a unique identity for each of us. God is so awesome that He makes each one of us in a unique, different way. In our family, our son Jeshuran, our first son, had already decided to become a good Christian psychologist to help people who are in depression. He also has a good understanding capacity whenever a person needed help. He loves music and learnt video editing as well and is becoming good at it. Our daughter Jerusha loves to help people and she loves to write stories and become an author. Our third one, Joanna, she wants to become one of the best baker in the world and she loves tasting different cakes. She also loves to sing. This is not to brag about them, but my point here is once we identify their dreams and hope, it becomes easy for us as parents to create space and opportunities for them to grow and achieve their goals. I observed that Vivi is good at counseling others, helping people in need. Her heart is compassionate towards those who are suffering and she goes to their help immediately. Probably Jerusha would have got it from her as well. We read in Romans 12:5, we are all part of Christ's body. It takes each of us to make it complete, for we have different work to do. So we belong to each other and each need all the others. We are interdependent and we are knit together where we need help of each other. So far we have seen four virtues of a godly family. Now let me have one more now. Producing godly character. Producing godly character is the fifth virtue of a godly family. Sometimes we are more concerned about our abilities, career goals, skills, our job, our future. Of course, all these are important. But more than this, producing godly nature within us, godly character, is something which we need to give some more importance. Maybe that is going to decide what we're going to do in heaven based on how much we become into the image of Christ. This is the end goal of every Christian. Romans 8:29 says, God decided that those who come to him, and along he knew who would become like his son. But this journey of becoming in the likeness starts from an early childhood in a godly family. The question is, how serious am I, or how much time am I investing as a man and woman in the house which God has entrusted in my hands? A godly family represents godly nature, vibrating the nature of God, using biblical principles for our foundation. Friends, I don't want to spend much time here, but I would just want to conclude with one thing. How much I am becoming into the image of Christ, into the likeness of Christ. How are my emotions changing? How do I feel in the presence of God or while talking to others? Am I in the process of allowing my life, my thoughts, my emotions, my actions, my behavior, so that God will transform me in His image? For that, God uses my hurts, God uses the sufferings, God uses the hardships, difficult situations which I go through so that He can transform me to become in His likeness. Each of us don't like to be in a difficult situation or to face hardships, but that is what God's formula to mold us into His image. So in order to function as a godly way, I'm just going to read some of the commandments God has given for a husband, for a wife, for children, for fathers, for mothers. I'm just going to read them. You check on with these references. Husbands, love your wife. Leave your umbilical cord with parents. Cleave to your wife. Cherish your wife. Provide for your household. Do not divorce your wife. Do not commit adultery. Praise your wife. Do not be harsh with them. If you have found your wife, you have found blessings from the Lord. Now for the wives. Submit to your husband. Respect your husband. You are a crown to your husband. If you do good, do not fear. Honor your husband as head of the house. I'm reading the verses from the Bible. Now for the children. Obey what your parents say. Listen to your father and mother. You will gain honor. Now for the fathers. Do not keep on scolding and nagging your children. Teach a child to choose right path. Now for those who are having servants at home. Masters, treat your servant in a right way. With this, I'm concluding today's part. Thank you.